just to give the audience more info with your ICO timeline, so you are currently in the process of your having your private sale?
That's right.
Yeah.
A private sale right now began. The open
and what's the timeline for the ICO public sale?
So we'll go for another roughly 4 weeks with the private sale. Then our pre-sale will start in the second week of May.
Okay. How about you with Kinguin?
We start on the 30th of March.
Okay, so you're already in the process. You had a private sale as well?
Yes, we already had a private sale, and we start pre-ICO on 30th March.
Okay.
So just
you're going to be having a public sale as well?
Yes.
Down the road?
Yes.
And how, so you've been dealing with investors, of course. Maybe you are running the investor relations, or you have someone in your team doing that. What has been the reaction in general in the space? And I want to ask both of you, for ICOs in the gaming space, any challenges there dealing with the investors, and same with enterprise?
So if I give an example of Kinguin, it's an already established marketplace. We have made 100 million revenue already on that. And when we go to the investors, we can actually show the case study of our audience and how fan following we have already in the region. So it's not quite impossible, but of course it's difficult to convince the investors. And on the other hand, investors are not normally gamers. Yeah. So it's hard to explain them. But when we actually we are also connected to the esports industry, which is part of also the gaming industry, the PC gamers, and it actually gives us a variety of techniques and approaches towards the investors, and convincing them towards our ICO and then investing toward our projects.
How about you? Like any specific?
Yeah, I think we are far from gaming. So in our perspective, right, when we looked at enterprise use cases, the idea was that the need has to be there, a business need, whether we solve with blockchain or not, number one. So we have, to what Michael presented in Cointopia, a few points. We have existing customers. We have technology that's being sold today, and it solves a very precise need. ICO or not doesn't matter. If those tests have passed, then you have a viable business. Because ICO is just one step along a long continuum of building a viable company. So to us, ICO is a step, but it's by no means the end. We're just beginning there. Fundamentally, the business need has to be there. It has to solve a very big business problem, and we can build a compelling business globally around the product. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, I think that's very important, because so many people are tokenizing their companies right now, but for many of them, they actually don't need to use the blockchain technology at all. So some do it for fundraising purposes, etc. So my next question is regarding this whole process, and of course, I think people always read about the glorious sides of the ICOs in the news, so that's why I think there are so many people out there choosing to ICO versus going the traditional VC route, etc. But I do want to talk about the challenges, for both of you, if you can each give me your version of the story. What were the biggest, or what have been the biggest challenges you had throughout the process, all the way from getting ready for the ICO, maybe regulatory things, or during the ICO dealing with the investors? So what have been the major challenges? And I think that's very important for the audience, for any entrepreneur who wants to go that route.
I think the first challenge when we planned and when we thought that, okay, let's do an ICO, we have to go into the blockchain project. The biggest challenge was to build a perfect team. The team who actually knows about blockchain, the team who actually knows about the regulations, which region to actually even open an entity, what is important for the blockchain to kickstart. So it was quite important for us to actually gather the perfect team. Of course, we needed some of the employees who were working in the company, and some of the new, let's say, for example, blockchain developers. It was quite important for us to understand which is the perfect region in order to go and open an established company, in order to make sure that regulation complies, in order to make sure that we have all the paperwork done. This was one of the biggest challenges, and it actually took us a bit of time to do that. And second thing was also to figure out how the technology should work, how the the consumers should actually benefit from this blockchain project. And of course, and by now we already have a well-established team. We have a team, we have also well-established advisors who are quite good in their area, in their field, because for us it was more important to also have an advisors who are from the gaming industry, from the, and also have a blockchain background. They know what they're doing, and make sure that we have a ready model available for the customers.
Yeah, for us, it's kind of interesting. It is more to convince the team that ICO is something we need to focus on. Because we have an existing product we're selling.